So today we're going to do something a little different. We're actually going to play against each other, but we are recording in completely different areas, and we will upload both videos at the same time, which will mean that you'll be able to see the perspective from both players and be able to kind of get an insight as to what each of us was thinking while we're playing this game. So I'm going to go ahead and send an invite over to Itachi, and then once he accepts over on his end, which more than likely he'll be playing SSB Vegeta, then we can have a Beerus versus Vegeta match and see how that ends up turning out. So hope you guys enjoy. We see this being a total of about 20 minutes of gameplay time, since it's 2 videos, but each one individual will probably be about 9 to 10 minutes. It just really depends on any decisions we make during game. If we overcommit, we don't overcommit, whatever have you. So we'll just go ahead and wait for him to accept. Jump in. So unfortunately this isn't ranked, mostly because when you play against friends you can't really do ranked this way unless both of you join in at the same time, and even then it's a big random situation. So it'll be very difficult for us to ever sync up a ranked match between the two of us. And as I mentioned in other videos, more than likely either my audio isn't recording, but what we're really looking at here is the ranks right now are low again. So we're both at H, and it's mostly because of the reset that happened earlier in the month, since the rankings change monthly. So there's 4 weeks in the 4 to 5 weeks in the month, depending on that particular month, and we get different ranks. We get different items at the end of the week for each rank. So whenever possible, we're trying to make rank A so we can get the most out of the rewards for being ranked A. So the first few turns are going to be as generic as possible in terms of attacks. We're both trying to actively build up resources to see how far we can get into the end game. I will be taking hits. I'll be taking hits until I'm at 2 or 1 life, really depending on what's happening by the time I get there. But it will come down to whatever advantages he gets versus whatever advantages I get. So for anybody that ever wonders how good a Prime Kai is and whether he's worth being in a blue deck, no matter what, the card's good. Anytime you can take out resources from your deck and put them into your energy, it's a huge advantage. It's cards you're not going to draw into, especially if they're the weaker lower cards, which will allow you to play the more expensive cards in your deck that are 3, 4s, and 5s, especially if you decide that you want to drop multiple 3, 4s, and 5s. But you know, at this point, he played a free Prime Kai that took 3 cards out of his deck, and that, no matter what way you look at, is significantly good. Some players may disagree with using Prime Kai and his package in a blue deck because it takes resources. But you let us know if you think that there is a better 15 card package elsewhere that could be useful. Just comment and let us know what would be a better package. We can actually try them out against the field right now, whether it's that LR BT3 Goku that gets double attacks, or if it's, for example, this Vegeta even against Beerus, it's really no problem for us to test out. Generally speaking, we don't really have 10 cases, but we can get access to a lot of the cards that you might suggest. Just know that if it's a ability, an unskilled card, there's really no point in not running the package, because really the only ability that comes from that package is Prime Kai. The rest are 0, 5, 110s, or 215, and that could technically be replaced with another non-ability card. So, just put into consideration what you're replacing for that package, and we are more than willing to test it out. So it looks like we are either trying to enter endgame, unsure if he wants to overcommit. Odds are not going to overcommit because it doesn't benefit him. He knows that this deck is very heavy in trying to force the opponent to commit cards, so he's probably not going to drop a whole lot. He would need to drop about three cards for him to bait me, 3 to 4 cards, and that's quite a bit of his hand, especially if they're higher cost cards. If they're low cost cards, I'm not going to worry a whole lot, but it really depends what he decides to drop at this point, because it may not be worth it for me to flip yet. Yeah, this is the best possible scenario for him, because it gets him high enough, but it doesn't kill me off, so that's perfectly fine. If I'm gonna have to commit, it'll be on his next turn, and hopefully I draw enough solid cards that I can throw to force him to commit his hand, and then I can defend against his onslaught. And for anybody wondering, my energy lineup right now is as follows, which is kind of bad for me. So I've lost a Prime, a level 4 Wiz, a level 5 Wiz. It's pretty bad for me, but it is what it is. So let's just try and be as conservative as we can be. And this does give him energy. This is the point in the game where he doesn't need energy, because it does not benefit him to gain a whole lot of energy, because he won't overcommit. But it's great for me because I can force him to at least give up one more card in hand. And again, no matter what he drops, I do not want to flip on my turn. I'm going to have to flip on my opponent's turn. Even if he feels that he wants me to flip, just the simple fact that I'm at 1, I will flip, because it has the ability to net me another card. You want to have access to that card. So right now I'm going to strictly focus on trying to reduce the amount of cards that he has available here, and I'll pay with her, and I'll pay with Dende. And even if this attack commits, it just means that he's closer to dying, but he's still not in danger. Like, honestly, right now he's in a very good position. He's in a good position because he'll be at 40. I don't really have a whole lot that I can defend with, so tough spot for me. This is a bit interesting that he's doing this. I almost wonder if he thinks that I really absolutely have nothing. And so he can get away with doing this kind of commitment. But we will see if I can get a win from this. It really depends. I can also see him using that Kabutokai in order to attack me directly and then force me to just flip outright, so that he doesn't have to worry about throwing in anything else. And considering how much energy he has, I will need to defend. So let's defend with a single one. We'll defend this way, simply because I want to see how far he wants to go this game. I doubt I can win because I only have a 20, so I can only get to 35, and he is going to go up to the 40 without much problems. So unless I draw another 10, I don't really see myself doing anything too ridiculous here. No matter what, I have to flip. I need to give myself as many cards as possible in order to get up. Now, the interesting thing is that I know he attacked with the Kabutokai simply because he then doesn't have to commit cards, whereas I do. So it leaves me in a tough spot, because I have to draw my entire hand for this, whereas he has 6 energy and I can see him having at least 2 2s, so I'm not be able to beat that. I will need a level 5 Wiz and another level 4 if I want to come out of this alive. Nope, not gonna happen. Not this game. Not drawing a 0 at least. Let's throw this guy. Let's throw this guy. Yeah, this is simple for him to defend. 15, 2 15s, and he's got this, so it's not like he may not have it, but what he's going to play, so he's forced to play a 2 and a 3, or 2 2s, or 2 3s, which should not be a problem for him. Yeah, not to mention Vegeta's ability to just go up. So there you have it. That's my loss. There's no way I can survive a 40k attack with nothing in hand.